You have three different tests for COVID-19 that you're working on. You have a COVID-Track, which is an antibody test, and that would be used to see whether somebody had been exposed in the past, or maybe to look and see whether patients are developing antibodies as they're recovering. You have a diagnostic test called COVID-Trace, and you have an antigen test called COVID-Stick, which could detect the virus directly. What would you say is the main misconceptions about COVID-19 testing right now?
I think the testing right now, the key is you have to be results very fast. You got to get the results almost instantaneously. Otherwise, you're waiting for, it does not do the work, So you have to be instantaneous. So the one we're working on, the COVID-Stick on the virus antigen testing, is a 15 minutes type of results. Very simple results readout. And then the COVID-Trace is about 30 minutes for the nucleic acid, testing. It's pretty fast for 45 minutes. Results, the viral genomes, whether you have it or not. And of course, the antibody, you can always trace it, track it, see whether you have a response, especially the IgM, you're still in the active, infection period. So we're working on all of them. One of the reasons we're working on diagnostic is we have a scheme, the schema to solve the problem. The scheme is detect early and treat timely. So imagine you have a COVID-Stick and you go to CVS or Rite Aid, or if potentially we get the approval and we get the home use. So you have this COVID-Stick, is so simple. You can, like a pregnancy test. You go home and you test it, and the 15 minutes, 20 minutes later, you say, wow, I have the antigen detect positive. That's when you call your doctor. Your doctor says, well, you can pick up a COVID drop from the local, CVS or Rite Aid, and you instantly can apply this one if we get the FDA approved. So our idea is detect early, and immediately have a means to do treatment. And if that works, if you did let's say COVID jobs, you do the intranasal jobs, and you follow as a COVID-Track, you follow as COVID-Stick, see whether your virus is cleared, and your own antibody kicks in. So that's where we wanted to do, is not only detect diagnostic and have a treatment immediately available. Meanwhile, you can track it. It's like a companion diagnostic with a potent therapeutics altogether.
And so where are you with COVID-Stick in terms of getting enough data so that you can apply for authorization?
So we are very fast moving on with the COVID-Stick. I'm not gonna quoting specific days. We are talking about that we're gonna apply for EUA approval as soon as possible.
And that's EUA's emergency use authorization.
Yeah, yes.
And then you applied for COVID-Track, the emergency use authorization for that on June 10th, and you still haven't heard back. Or what's the status of your application?
So what we right now when we submit it, it's a first generation type, and right now we have a next generation, much more stronger, let's say sensitivity side, and probably about a 10-fold. So right now we're focusing on the next gen, which is the COVID-Track. We are getting all the product making and doing the testing, and with that, we think we're going to be having one of the best-in-class type of COVID-Track for antibody measuring, which is very critical, because if we have our neutralizing antibody through the intranasal or IV, you want a very accurate and COVID-Track to follow the antibody. Meanwhile, you want to measure the virus. We have a COVID-Stick. We are very, very happy with the results so far, and we believe we're having the best in class right now in the viral antigen detection. And of course, we're working on the COVID-Trace for nucleic acid, which is a rapid test as well.
So was that COVID-Track emergency use authorization application withdrawn then, for the first generation?
Mark?
So what we've told the agency is that we are going to supplement our EUA with the next generation.
And do you have a time frame on when you're going to submit that information to the FDA?
We anticipate very soon, but yeah, it takes collecting clinical samples and getting patients to agree. Yeah, it's very hard to give exact timelines on these types of things.
Okay, and then your third one, the COVID trace, that's the standard detection with a PCR, I'm assuming. Where are you with that?
So what we did is we collect the clinical samples, and we are doing the final, all of the sample testing. And so far, we are pretty happy with the data. So I think we'll be able to submit it very soon as well.